the Distorted Entertainment Podcast. My name is Ethan Carpenter. I'm, of course, joined by Mitchell Wade.
Hello, everybody.
How's it going, Mitchell?
It's going. No, it's going pretty good. I've been applying to jobs lately. Thinking about becoming what's known as a clinical research associate. And I would be doing some traveling through the Midwest if I get the one that I want.
Well, the beautiful Midwest.
The beautiful Midwest. And who is that? That's a voice that we don't know. I was about to say,
I haven't introduced the other guy yet, and he's talking already. Yeah, guys, this is a first for us. We have actually a guest on the show, and it's going to be as confusing as possible because his name is also Mitchell. I'm joined by Mitchell Meyer.
Hello. My name is Mitchell, but we shall refer to me as the Alpha Step. The full name, no Alpha here, just Alpha Step.
I'll probably end up just calling him Alpha. And for people who don't know, other Mitch and I, we've known each other since the first year of college. So that was 2013.
Yeah.
And we had a YouTube channel together. I'm pretty much the only one that still does anything with that YouTube channel, but we all went by different aliases. So on occasion, I've accidentally called myself Will Goodnight on here. That was my alias. And then Mitch was called Alpha Step.
That's correct.
So I call him, yeah, what?
I was about to ask if you had used your pseudonym Will previously.
I've done it accidentally, and I've also accidentally said, "Hey, welcome to WAC Game." Oh, wait, that's not the podcast. That's my YouTube show. And then Mitch usually laughs. But yeah, we have a guest today. We're going to be going over a total of 4 albums, and let's see if I can get all of these right. We're going to go over a Famous Last Words album, a Ice Nine Kills record, and then and I'll explain more of how we went through this, and then we'll also go through a Gojira and a Black Dahlia Murder record. So what we ended up doing was when we contacted Alpha to do the show, we decided that he would give us 2 albums, 1 album each, and then Mitch and I would both give him an album. So Alpha is going to be going over the Black Dahlia Murder album and the Gojira album later. And then I'm going to go over the Famous Last Words record, and Mitch is going to go over the Ice Nine Kills record. Everybody's excited?
Oh, very excited.
Yeah, totally. 100%. Always. Full of energy.
But let's start off by going Alpha, how are you? How are you doing? What do you do? Why did we invite you onto this show? And how is everything?
I'm doing really good. So yeah, Will and I used to play games a lot in the past on our YouTube channel. A lot of us kind of fell off the YouTube channel, but yeah, we used to do streams back in the day, and I've taken that knowledge and now I kind of do car stuff because for some reason I don't like having money. But yeah, if you guys, I'm going to obviously shout this out over on Instagram. So if you guys are here for my Instagram, thank you guys for coming over. And if you're not, I won't bore you with car talk because you probably don't want to hear about it. But instead, we're going to talk about metal. We're going to talk about some of the most elite bands out there. I'm talking Attila, mainly just talking about Franz, actually, I think. Is that really what we're here to talk about today?
Oh,
really? I got to be honest, we're more of a Corey Taylor family.
This is true. We are a Corey Taylor family. Corey Taylor. We haven't had a Corey Taylor Says news in a while.
That's true. We haven't.
I really wanted to commit to the bit and shit on Corey Taylor, but I can't. I like Corey Taylor too much. I was just going to try to beef it up here in the podcast.
I can't. Man, I like Corey, but Corey and Slipknot as a whole right now are kind of what's going on with Slipknot because they got
Corey,
rid of.
Stop firing people.
Yeah, stop firing people.
Wait, who else did they fire?
That Jay Weinberg left.
I know
the
that.
Drummer.
Yeah.
A while ago, Chris Fenn left.
Wasn't Chris Fenn fired?
Yes, he was fired.
Is that really Corey though? Because my understanding is he joined the band later. He was not one of the founding members.
Him and Clown are basically the 2 de facto leaders of the band at this point.
Oh.
And it's to the point. Speaking of Clown, we'll go back into your story here in a minute, Alpha. This was a news story I kind of forgot about. I don't know if we talked about it on the last episode or not. Maybe we did. Which, to put it in context, when we're recording this, the last episode hasn't even gone out yet, and it was covering crap. Mitch, do you remember what the last episode was?
The records.
Yeah.
Ancients and what did I listen to? Oh, that local band that I always forget the
Carrion
name.
Vale.
Yes.
Yeah, Carrion Vale and Ancients. Just to put it in perspective when we're recording this. So it's after that, but we haven't even put that episode out yet because I am really good at editing. But Clown apparently came out and said that Joey Jordison wasn't a founding member of the band when he totally was and has been referred to as such since the beginning. And people got very upset with him. They're like, people are accusing him of trying to like erase Joey from the band.
Which I don't know why you would do that.
Yeah, me neither. Especially because, the guy died.
Yeah.
Like, why are you being a dick?
Oh, I'm just realizing who Joey Jordison is. Oh, yeah. That's pretty
He was the original drummer. Yeah, right? Definitely.
That's insane.
I'm secretly a huge fan of Clown, like totally, but
definitely. Yeah. Sean Cran's my favorite musician.
I too can bongo the drums.
And steel kegs with bats.
I forgot about the steel keg. How could I forget the steel keg?
One of my biggest regrets is that I didn't go with you guys to one of those Slipknot concerts. Ethan, I specifically remember you inviting me to join you guys. And since I don't know why, but I love sitting down to watch bands live. I don't really care so much to, listen to like the edited versions. If I'm just chilling out, having a drink, scrolling on my computer, I'm listening to the live versions. I love listening to Slipknot live. They put on such a good show.
They do put on a good show. And so I don't know. We'll obviously get into it here in a little bit. I don't know. I don't know how you feel about the Black Dahlia Murder fully yet.
I haven't watched them live, so I don't.
They put on a great show. There is a thing from when they did Warped Tour. And that live video, I'm not big on live videos, but that video is really, really fun. I might send it to you just to have you experience it. But yeah, live videos are cool. I've been getting into that recently. There's a band that Mitch and I listen to called Septic Flesh.
Oh, yeah.
And they have a live video out. I forget what it's called. It's in Latin or something. And it's a fantastic live video as well.
But not only a live video, you can watch the full concert.
Yeah. So it's edited to where it sounds better, but yeah, I don't know.
What makes that one unique is the fact that it's with the full live choir and orchestra.
Yes, because Septic Flesh is a symphonic death metal band. I think I've shown them to you, actually, Mitch.
And you better have liked them, Mitch. You better have liked them.
Now I have to play that game. Which Mitch is he talking about?
Oh yes, I'm clearly talking to Mitchell. But yeah, Alpha. So
that helped.
By the way, that live album is Infernus Sinfonica, and then 2000.
Yeah, I wonder why I never remember it.
I should know this. 2019, is that 2019? I'm going with 2019.
Okay.
That's because it's Latin numerals.
Ah, yes. I forgot about that.
But yeah, also,
Alphas.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. I get to talk about my live records that I like.
True. All right. I apologize.
I constantly relive the Gojira and Opeth at Red Rocks live concerts because I was actually at the recording of that. Love that. It was such a good show, and I even have the Opeth vinyl of that show. So, yeah, that's the one I really like.
Are you a vinyl guy, Alpha?
I'm not. My wife is supposed to be into it, but we don't actually have a vinyl record player.
That's a big barrier to entry.
Yeah, it's a pretty big barrier to entry. You know what? I think she had one. She didn't bring it in when she moved. Anyway, what's the appeal to vinyl record? Is it just kind of like a collection thing, or is it an audio quality thing?
It's both. It does have a different sound to it. It's a lot, I don't know, I would call it softer and warmer.
Interesting.
In sound.
I'm making a jerking off motion, by the way.
Great.
It's so warm.
Shut up.
Softer and warmer.
It is actually, there is a difference in how vinyl is usually mixed. So a lot of the times with vinyl, because literally the needle is moving in response to the actual like audio waves.
Yep.
That you would see in Audacity or Reaper or something like that. The bass, the low end, is usually mixed in mono, which is kind of typical, especially in metal nowadays in general. But in vinyl specifically, the bass is mixed in mono, so it doesn't have to like move ridiculously to catch up with the bass, since bass frequencies are slower and treble frequencies are higher, or faster rather.
Interesting. You're getting
Audio
into some
things.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're getting into some things that it's like I don't know, I might find interesting mechanically, but I have no idea what you're speaking.
That's fair. That's how I am when you talk to me about cars, though. Except it literally is mechanically.
Right.
Mechanics. But yeah, so you do TikTok.
Right. Yeah. I guess I didn't really get into that. So I started posting videos on TikTok, mainly of car racing. I had a video on my phone and I was like, hey, I already have this TikTok thing, so I'll post it here. And I just remember it did like 4,000 views. And I remember thinking like, holy shit, I'm going to be somebody. And now it's gotten to the point where if I don't break like 100,000, I'm like, all right, not quite 100,000. If it doesn't do like 10,000, I'm a little upset. I had a series that was really popular with mechanics and engineers called Engineer Explains. Done well, a couple million views on a couple of videos. I would probably say collectively across all social medias, probably 15 million views, I'd guess. And then after that, yeah, I had a couple of those do well. I mean, I had like one on YouTube that did 3 million, one on TikTok that did 1.5 million, and a couple others that did maybe 1 million or at least a couple 100,000. I got really lucky with that series because the first one I filmed was actually 2 weeks after I had my son, and I was home. Like I was off work for a short period of time. I was fucking tired, no sleep. I was trying to figure out what the hell was happening in life, how to take care of this child. And I just remember I was like, man, I should really film a TikTok today. And I saw this video like making fun of engineers, so I, kind of did it in reverse. It was a meme about like me driving to work listening to metal music. I actually was using a Lorna Shore track, and it was like me going to work to make a mechanic's job harder on purpose. That was kind of the whole like meme, and it did well, and I kept doing it. And that was doing really well. Towards the end of last year, you'd be shocked by the amount of people that missed obvious fucking sarcasm. It's
no, I'm not surprised at all.
Not surprised at all.
That's the internet,
listen,
baby.
No, you know people are going to miss sarcasm, but I'm telling you, you get in my comments, there are some people that are legitimately fully offended by me making an obvious joke. I mean, death threats, you name it. It's insane.
Oh, so you've gotten legit death threats. You're in league with Christian black metal artists.
Oh, well, it's funny you mentioned Christian black metal artists, but it's all good. We live in Indiana, so
yeah, but the Christian black metal artists deserve it.
That's not okay. To put it in context, I don't know if Alpha knows if we're being. There is a genre of music called black metal.
Yep, I know black metal.
Okay, I was explaining black metal to somebody before, and I think they thought I was talking about race, and I think they got mad until I clarified. No, it's a thing out of Norway.
Oh, okay. You know what would be really fun? Can we do a bit here in a little bit where we talk about different genres of metal, and I tell you what I think it is, and then you guys correct me, and then all the metalheads can laugh at me. Because we'll say that.
There are definitely some metal trivia things that I've done with Mitch in the past, but the thing is, you wouldn't have any idea, like for some of these.
I think that's what you guys would like, though. So
Loudwire genres.
When you say black metal, I'm like, oh yeah, I know of a couple of Chelsea Grin black metal songs. And this is
oh my god!
I knew that was fucking coming. That's why I brought it up. When I say that Chelsea Grin is black metal, I'm not saying that Chelsea Grin is black metal, but I feel like I know what black metal influences are. And I think I know what black metal portions of songs sound like. I don't go out of my way to listen to full-on black metal, but
okay,
maybe like a breakdown is inspired by the black metal genre. I can't think of any specifics off the top of my head.
Oh yeah, black metal, very famously known for all of its breakdowns.
See, this is exactly what I was pointing to.
Yeah, so I get what you're saying. And Chelsea Grin is black end deathcore these days.
Yes.
So yes, they have some black metal influence. Black metal does not really have breakdowns. I should give you some black metal.
I kind of want to hear a black metal band with a breakdown. I feel it would make my blood boil.
Wait, now I'm questioning what black metal is.
You know what? I found a list on Loudwire called 10 metal subgenres that need serious explaining.
Okay.
So I think what I'll do later is I'm going to tell you what the genre is, and I want you to try to explain that genre.
Me or both of
Yeah.
us? Oh, I got this. I know all metal.
No, just you.
I know all metal. I'm the metal expert. Let's go.
Hey, Ethan, is PG on there?
PG?
I'm trying not to say the title.
Yes, it is.
Good.
So I just wanted to give you guys my qualifications. I got like 4 Motionless in White songs, so I think I've got the metal genre covered. Let's go.
Yeah, that works. That works totally.
Oh yeah, Mew. They're my favorite band.
Just for the record, I specifically chose that band because I knew that it would rub you guys wrong. All right, let's go.
So,
do you want to do this now?
Let's do it now. Like, why interview the guy when we can just
this would be
berate
fucking
him?
hilarious. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Your viewers don't know that I'm building an RX-8, which is where I was going next.
All right, Alpha. These are 10 metal subgenres that need serious explaining, and some of these are actually kind of obvious. So starting off, I want you to tell me what pirate metal is.
Pirate metal? Oh my god!
Yes.
I'm so glad that that's a thing, but I've never heard it. Pirate metal, obviously. So, pirate metal is going to be any metal that yells "arg" as the breakdown call out. So, any a day to remember, but instead of No, you know what? Actually, I'm going to go with a better one. Oh, fuck. Who's the band that does Arf Arf?
Knocked Loose.
Knocked Loose. So it's Knocked Loose, but instead of Arf Arf, it's Arg Arg. That's so much better than what I thought.
I hate this. This is a terrible
Should I
segment.
give you my best Arg Arg?
I want you to give us your best Arg Arg.
Thank you, alcohol, for the lubricant I need to do this. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
No, but you have to come up with a line before it, and you could do the Knocked Loose line if you want and try to make it pirate themed.
Wait, what? Which line are you talking about?
In that song. So I have actually really gotten into Knocked Loose lately.
And I've gotten into making fun of Knocked Loose.
Shut up, Mitch.
Oh.
I'm trying to think what that line is.
I think I wrote a song about getting better. It's a feeling I can't remember.
Arf, arf.
Oh, wait, now I actually have to do vocals? Okay. Oh, no.
Well, you got to turn it into a pirate pun first. You don't have to do it immediately.
Oh, wait, I got to do this pirate? Okay, this makes it easy.
You could even like plug and chug it into Chat GPT if you want.
Are you ready? I wrote a song about getting better. It's a feeling I can't remember. Arg, arg.
Yeah, that sounds like Hailstorm.
All right, that's pirate metal. We got
like
pirate metal
Hailstorm.
covered. Give me another one.
No, we still got 9 more of these to do.
Wait, hold on.
But you know what? Mitch, I actually want you to post in the chat for every genre, like a band from every genre we talk about.
Okie dokie.
So that way Mitch can look at it at his own time, or Alpha can. We have another one. This one's a lot, and you know what? Here we go. They also list some bands to know. So are you ready, Mitch?
Yep.
And just know, I'm going to go between calling you Mitch and Alpha this entire time. I apologize. Pirate metal bands to know: Swashbuckle. I've never heard of them, actually.
I actually haven't heard of them either.
Fitting
and
name.
Running Wild. And then obviously Ailstorm is the one that we know.
Ailstorm or Hailstorm?
Ale. As in the drink.
Okay. I was going to say, if Hailstorm's pirate metal, that sounds non-piratey. Okay.
And then there's a blurb for every genre, too. Would you like me to read the blurb?
Please do.
Picture Patchy the Pirate from SpongeBob SquarePants doing vocals for a metal band that is pretty much pirate metal in general. As with blank, because this is also the genre they name is also on this list.
Okay.
Pirate metal relies heavily on thematic concepts. Get nautical with bands such as Swashbuckle, who love nothing more than drinking rum and yo-ho-hoing with their keytars and salty wenches. Did that tell you what pirate metal is all about?
Yes, and I looked up like 3 seconds just while you were talking of this Ailstorm. Not let down at all. If you guys need to listen to pirate metal, this fucking Keelhauled song is the perfect example. This is amazing.
I do not know that song. I know they have a song called Mexico. I think they have a song called Drink.
Yeah, they have Drink. I was going to do that one until I saw Keelhauled.
Am I allowed to
All
curse,
right.
by the way?
Yeah, you're. I don't curse
Okay.
on the podcast, or I try not to.
And then Mitch also tries not to, and then fails miserably all the fucking time.
This next one, it's are you ready for the next one, Alpha?
Absolutely.
All right, this next one, it's a lot different. It's a big switch. This is Porno Grind. Can you tell me what Porno Grind is?
I've heard you play Porno Grind.
You have not. You have not heard me play Porno Grind.
I have heard you play Porno Grind, and I'm pretty sure when it was when we lived together, and those dickheads came into our room, and we had to get them out, and I started playing obnoxious dubstep, and you started playing the most obnoxious metal, and I'm gonna get this like styling wrong because I'm not a vocalist, but I want to say there was a bunch of pig squeals, and it was just things that I didn't understand, and it was amazing. And it ticked off the people that kept coming in our damn dorm room.
Yeah, so Mitch, in our first year of college, we were stuck in like the rec room of Ball Hall.
Yep.
So people liked to come in and yell at us like, "We want to play ping pong."
Yeah.
Like, sorry, we sleep here.
A little background. This was an old living space, and there was no This was an old living space, and there was no AC. Except for in our room, because it was a rec room. Nobody was supposed to live in there, but they brought too many people in, so they rolled in some cots and said, "Here you go, here's a room, sleep here." Well, people would come in and hang out because we had AC, and they didn't. And sometimes we didn't want people in, so we would play Porno Grind and dubstep, just a good time.
Oh, and Rucka Rucka Ali.
All at the same time.
You can't forget Rucka Rucka Ali.
Rucka Rucka, oh my God. Does that guy still have a career?
Yes, he does.
That is amazing. All right.
But tell me, what do you or have you already given your explanation of Porno Grind?
Oh, no, I guess I haven't. I'm trying to think. Do I want to go meme or do I want to go serious?
Do it seriously, because it's going to be a meme.
I just remember there was a bunch of pig squeals, but I don't know how to describe it because I have no idea what the fuck was going on. And I'm not even going to... That is
pretty much the perfect description of any grindcore.
Yeah.
See, I told you I'm the metal elitist. I am the metal scientist.
Ethan, would you
Porno Grind?
Yeah, would you call? Let me give a guess, because I've actually done everything in my power to avoid Porno Grind. Is it just grindcore that's very hypersexualized?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
and it's usually not just sexualized. It's usually like
very rapey,
very anti-woman. Pretty much incels, the whole shebang.
Yeah. Oh shit! I might like this stuff then. Joking.
There's like a black metal band out of France called oh god, what are they called?
Was it Cumface?
No, I said a black metal band.
Yes.
So wait, there's even infighting amongst like elitist metalheads about what genres are. That's all I needed to know.
Yeah. But he did a Porno Grind record, the lead singer did.
That's what I'm thinking of. I think the Porno Grind record was Cumface.
Yeah.
It was the guy from Deathspell Omega.
Yeah, Deathspell Omega. And it had like some child stuff in it, and it was like creepy.
Oh, no. That's a good way to never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
That's a good way to not listen to it. Yeah, you're right.
I was going to say it's a good way to taste a 12 gauge, but...
Oh, no, that's hot, actually.
Yeah. That fits in Porno Grind as well.
Here's some bands from Porno Grind that they give. Gut, G-U-T.
Okay.
Cock and Ball Torture. I've heard of them.
I've heard of that.
And Romp Prop.
Romp Prop.
If that's how you pronounce it. I don't know.
Interesting.
And here's the blurb. This is where the oversized chalkboard with the metal family tree gets rolled out into the classroom, and Jack Black feverishly tries to explain subgenres of metal. First came grindcore, then came gore grind, then came porno grind. Porno grind was fathered by German metal band Gut in 1991. The name pretty much nails the description, pun very much intended, as porno grind is a type of metal that features ridiculously sexual band names and song titles such as Guts, Let Me Be Your Sperm Factory, and The Comeback 2006. The subject matter and imagery are pornographic, but good luck understanding low garbling vocals. I've never listened to Gut.
That's an extremely accurate definition of Gut.
They have an album called Disciples of Smut.
It's called what?
Disciples of Smut. It's from 2020.
What is smut?
What do you mean, what is smut?
I don't know what smut means. I could take some guesses.
Ethan, have your parents had the talk with you?
That's exactly what I thought it was going to be.
Alpha, have your parents had the talk with you? I'm kind of concerned now.
What happened?
I
think
have
I
a
missed
1-year-old
something.
child, so I think I know how that works.
He doesn't know what smut means.
A fungal disease of grains in which parts of the ear change to black powder.
No, not corn smut.
Obscene or lascivious talk, writing, or pictures.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like
It's sexy talk.
Yeah, smut. It's like
It's 2024.
porn books.
Oh, I know what that is. Okay, yeah. So like 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, that would be smut.
That would be smut. Or this book series I was going through where it started out as a really good detective story, and then after book 10, they just decided to turn it into porn, and I made it to book 19 before I finally tapped out.
I want to believe this book was called The Sexy Investigator, and Ethan was just like, I wonder what this is. Oh my gosh, it took a turn.
No, it was called Anita Blake Vampire Hunter, something like that. And literally the first 10 books were awesome. And then it literally turned into porn on book 11. And the only reason I kept with it was because on occasion they would get good again, and then it would go right back into things falling into Anita's black hole vagina. So,
which good for her. It's 2024.
I mean, good for her. Like, man, those books really started sucking. Anyway, there's 29 of them, by the way.
The porn books started sucking.
Yeah, I made it to book 19 of 29.
I'll tell you what, before we go to number 8, do you mind if I use the restroom real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my God. I didn't know it was a vampire detective.
She isn't a vampire. She was a vampire executioner. Seriously, the first 10 books were good. I swear.
You say the same thing about the... excuse me, sorry.
You say Dresden, I'm going to be mad at you.
Mesden.
And the difference is all 18 books of Dresden are good.
That's so many books. Why are there so many books? Why do you need to write so many books?
Well, he planned out 25.
Oh my God.
They're good though. They actually like plant seeds of future stories in the earlier books, and he like like a good writer.
Sounds like they plant seeds in the later books too.
Different series, but I appreciate your joke.
Just cut that in with the earlier talk.
All right, you ready for the next genre?
I'm absolutely ready.
And I'll probably speed through a couple of these.
I'm ready.
Just because we have a lot of them. Can you explain to me what funeral doom is?
Funeral doom.
Funeral doom.
Just gonna be down-tuned chugs, missing grandpa, rest in peace, Pappy.
Well, okay, actually, part of that is correct.
I feel like that one would be hard to get wrong, to be fair.
Funeral doom is a subgenre of doom metal, obviously. And yeah, really, really slow and chunky type music. So you kind of got it. 3 bands to know: Skepticism, Evoken, and Ahab. but I will also do Mitch a favor and throw on Swallow the Sun.
Oh, I was going to say Bell Witch.
Oh, Bell Witch as well. Bell Witch has an album called Mirror Reaper, which he just sent. It is one song. It is 88 minutes long.
88 minutes?
Yep.
Yes. Well, it's a full album, so it's not like it's the same thing for 88 minutes.
Fellow Mitch.
But they just didn't split it up.
Fellow Mitch, why is this song an hour and 23 minutes?
Because it's good that way.
Is this one song?
It is one song.
Do they play this for the full funeral or what?
Well, the song is about death, so yes.
Please tell me they got in the studio and they were like, hey guys, actually, we can't cut this up, so this is a one take.
Nope.
You're going to have to play it all the way through.
I'll also send you a Swallow the Sun song, so it's easier.
So, actually, I have listened to Mirror Reaper, and Mitch has listened to it multiple times. It is a very pretty album.
This is a full album. This is not a song.
No, it's a song.
Yes. It's a song, but it's a full album. That's what I was saying. It's not like it's the same thing for 88 minutes long.
Oh, so you're saying this song is the album?
Correct.
Yes.
That's a fucking amazing.
They also have another song album that they released recently, which I can't remember the name of.
So here's the blurb. As if doom metal weren't dreary enough, there's a subgenre called funeral doom. Funeral doom combines the slow, sludgy nature of doom with the tones of the funeral dirge. The key element of a true funeral doom song is either the use of an organ or a keyboard that imitates the sound of an organ. To make things more theatrical, the funeral doom band Skepticism loves to wear formal suits and coattails when they play live.
I'm 52 minutes into Mirror Reaper, and actually, this is pretty solid.
Hey,
you should
another fan.
I'm telling you, you should check out Mirror Reaper.
But do they break this out into songs?
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, it'll be really weird when I add this to my chill playlist, just where I want something vibing to listen to when I'm at work, and then I get to one song for an hour and a half.
You're just this is really good, but this has been going on for a while.
Yeah.
Actually, the first time I heard this, I worked at a pharmaceutical company, and they let us listen to music, but it could only be on these MP3 players with no screens. And so I was listening to Bailecore, which is a melodic death metal band out of Australia. And they ended in a very atmospheric way. And it just kept going and going and going. And I was like, what the fuck? And I found out later that it had transitioned into Bell Witch's Mirror Reaper. I was just like, Bailecore, what are you doing?
All right, we'll make this one quick.
Okay.
Mitchell, tell me what Viking metal is.
Oh, I've got a buddy that's actually really into Viking metal. It's very melodic. It's very how do I describe it? It's very stereotypical, Viking style and sounding, but I very vaguely remember it being extremely melodic.
Yeah,
I love the Amazing World of Gumball's version of Viking metal, which is it sounds like banging a trash can with a battle axe.
I would have also accepted pirate metal, but about Vikings.
That's a good answer. That's a probably more accurate answer, actually.
The biggest band in that genre is Amon Amarth,
which is, to be fair, a melodic death metal band.
Which they are a melodic death metal band, so that is fair. And that is honestly probably the band you heard as well. So other bands, Bathory and Tyr.
Okay.
And honestly, I'm not going to go through the blurb because it's pretty simple. It's Viking metal.
I've got a buddy, shout out my buddy Brandon. He actually went to high school with me, and he's really into Viking. I was going to say Viking metal, but I think you guys are going to be into Viking metal. I think he's going to be into Viking rock, if I'm going to guess correctly.
I am not into Viking metal.
Okay. I don't know. He showed me a couple of the bands, and they're very fun to listen to, just not really my specific flavor. Mm-hmm. I was wanting to see if I had any of his songs saved, but I don't. At least I don't recognize them.
I think this will be another quick one.
Okay.
Suicidal black metal.
Suicidal black metal. Cut my wrist, dot my eyes, and black metal for life.
Yeah,
I'm just speed running the shit.
pretty much. It's literally black metal, but usually slower, more atmospheric, rawer, and then it's usually focused on lyrics that are like negative emotions such as despair and hatred.
Mitch, what's your recommendation here?
I need him to name bands. I've never heard of suicidal black metal.
Really? You've never heard of it? So the bands they give is Xasthur, Xasthur, Silencer, and Life Lover.
I think he forgot, Dad, you don't understand. It's not a phase. I'm sorry.
I'll have to check this out because
All right.
I'm always into finding new black metal that's
Ethan,
not racist.
Black metal that's not racist.
Ethan, do you want to explain?
Oh God. Yeah, so black metal, there's a surprising amount of black metal musicians that turn out to be neo-Nazis.
That's
Just
problematic.
Yes.
They also like to burn some churches on occasion.
Well,
Second wave of black metal is the reason people, I mean, it's not the reason people think metal is evil, but it's a big part of it. The whole like burning churches and things of that nature, at least in my opinion.
Very pro Satan.
Yes, very heavily satanic imagery. Varg.
Just Varg.
Just Varg.
You could leave this in, but it's kind of funny because I listen to a lot more like satanic music or like satanic inspired music. But it's so funny because my wife is so heavily Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awkward at times.
Black and roll.
Black and roll? Okay.
Yes.
All right. We have some what's the character from Lord of the Rings?
Which one? There's a lot.
There's a lot of those.
The weird one that I can't do the
Gollum.
voice.
Gollum.
Gollum sings rock and roll. That's black and roll.
So this one I knew existed, but I forgot existed. I know the genre death and roll, which is literally death metal, but with influences from rock and roll.
Okay.
So I assume that's what this is.
I'll tell you what. Oh, whenever you're done on this, finish this note.
Yeah. So bands to know: Satyricon, later era, Keveltrek.
Oh, Keveltrek.
Or Keveltech. That's what they say anyway. And Vreed, VREID.
Mitch, what's your recommendation here?
I'm
band
doing it now.
The one they give is Keveltrek Bloodthirst.
Bloodthirst?
Bloodthirst. It's BLODT. I'll just hold on.
Bloodthirst. You're putting a specific pronunciation on it, so I want to make sure I get it right now.
I put a recommendation
I'm trying
in.
to share copy link.
But is it actually? Are you pronounced like the V is supposed to be there? It's not like that weird Paris band where it's just
Bloodthirst.
Bloodthirst. Okay.
I posted it in the
I've
chat.
actually seen these guys live at a Gojira show. They're pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
I feel like it's mixed really poorly. This Bloodthirst, because all I hear is guitar, and actually, like, I kind of like the vocals.
Hold on. I'm going to listen to a second of it.
Skip to 145.
I actually dig this.
Okay, this actually throws down at 145. Like, this isn't bad. It's just, I wish the vocals were a little bit louder.
And in my opinion, I think it's mixed pretty decently. The bass is just kind of supporting the guitar.
Interesting.
That's not bad, though. I might have to check that out.
Yeah, same.
Folk metal is basic. I'm actually going to skip that one.
Yep. Hey, I'll tell you what. I got an idea. Give me a lightning round. Give me 2 or 3, and I'm going to give you, I mean, right off the top of my head, I'm going to give you an answer.
Death Doom.
Death Doom. Death to everybody. It's slow down beat. Chug. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody's going to die. Boom, boom. Next.
Yes. Post metal.
Post Malone sings metal. Next. I don't actually know.
Battle metal.
Battle metal. I'm picturing similar to like Viking metal or what's I'm gonna guess it's very melodic, like old timey, like we're heading into battle. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know. I forgot the name of the reference. Oh, Dragon Force. I feel like it's very melodic, similar to Dragon Force. But like
I'll go backwards
Okay.
from what we named. So battle metal is fake. First of all, I've never heard anybody use the term battle metal, but they list Sabaton, Manowar, and Terisis.
oh, so it is what's that style? You think
Power metal.
Power metal. That's what I was looking for. You've told me about Manowar.
I've told you about Manowar. I figured I would have told you about Sabaton.
I am fairly confident you told me about Manowar because I remember I was like, I think we talked one time and I told you I would like the idea of power metal. I just want it to be more modern because I actually don't hate.
If you want modern power metal, Mitch, could you grab Goblin King of the Dark Storm Galaxy?
Oh, I could do that.
Why does their name have to be a mouthful? Goblin Storm of the wait, what?
Goblin King of the Dark Storm Galaxy.
Goblin King of the Dark Storm Galaxy.
I was pulling up
It's
Sabaton.
power metal, but in space.
Interesting. Okay, I got Stormtroopers by Sabaton. And this is battle metal?
Yeah, it's
Sabaton is, I
I
guess.
would just call it. It's one of those things where is it really a genre? No, but we're going to say it is anyways. It's really just power
extremely
metal.
Power metal.
Yeah, it's just power metal, but they're about World War I and II.
Oh, dude, my buddy likes this song. He showed me this song.
Which one?
Stormtroopers.
Sabaton Stormtrooper.
Okay, gotcha. Post metal. Here's the thing. I don't really know much about post genres.
What's a good post metal? Name some of the bands, would you?
Neurosis, Russian Circles, and ISIS.
I'll do Russian Circles.
What is the post supposed to mean?
It's supposed to be. God.
This is what it says.
Yeah.
Like other post genres, post metal takes its time expanding upon the fundamental characteristics of the metal genre. Post metal bands like ISIS tend to focus more on letting the instruments tread winding pathways than attacking with straightforward riffs and vocals. The band Neurosis were great pioneers of the metal subgenre, beginning with their third record, Souls at Zero.
Because I know what post metalcore is. Am I thinking of that correct, Ethan? Post metalcore? Postcore?
That's a thing.
What?
There's post hardcore.
Post hardcore. That's what I'm thinking of. Because I used to listen to a lot of post hardcore. I couldn't name the bands or the style now, but I just remember.
Isn't Sleeping with Sirens post hardcore?
That sounds about right.
And then Death Doom. You basically got Death Doom right. It's death metal mixed with doom metal.
Yep.
And then the bands they give are Paradise Lost, Swallow the Sun, and My Dying Bride.
I'm not going to post Swallow the Sun again.
This Russian Circles Gnosis song is actually pretty groovy.
Yeah.
I've never listened to post metal.
Post metal is very just like atmospheric and groovy.
Oh, this sounds like more of my speed then.
It's interesting that I think he's probably going to like the songs we have mentioned here more than he liked the records we gave him.
That's
I
fine.
have bad news for you then. I struggle with Black Dahlia, but we'll get to that.
Okay. I mean,
Wow,
between
spoilers.
the two, I figured you would probably like Gojira more.
You're very right. Did you have any more genres to go through?
That was the list.
Okay. I think it's pretty safe to assume that I'm like the metal
He knows more than me.
metal proficionado here.
Yeah.
He is.
Okay. Well, if you guys have any questions about genres, just let me know.
Yeah, of
And
course.
Feel
I
free
also,
to shoot them over.
I also revoke my snob medal to you now. You can be a metal snob now.
Thank you. And I will put that snob metal plaque onto Attila, as they are clearly the
I really
highest.
hate you. I really hate you.
Again, I said that on purpose.
I know. Let me go through these news articles real quick, and then we can go ahead and talk about the records. How does that sound?
Yeah.
So off the top, Jay Weinberg, he left Slipknot a little while ago. He has just joined Suicidal Tendencies as their new drummer. So that'll be interesting. I'm not big into Suicidal Tendencies, but I do like a handful of songs. Former WWE wrestler and congressional candidate Daniel Rodemer, suspected of Las Vegas murder.
Jesus.
Was he named Daniel Rodemer in the WWE? Hold on. Oh, he was in WWE for a year. That doesn't count.
You're asking the wrong.
He was on a developmental contract, so he joined as like a trainee.
So wait, let me get this straight. This guy just got his big break. He went and murdered somebody, and now he's like, "Oh, I didn't do it. Don't fire me."
Okay, so first of all, he signed a 1-year developmental contract in 2006.
Oh, that sounds like he came and went. It sounds like he missed his opportunity.
Yeah, no, he did. But he's also a congressional candidate, I guess. But he is suspected of killing a man in Las Vegas last year. So, screw that guy. And then death metal band to be featured in hit Disney Plus superhero show.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that one.
Which show?
Extraordinary. I've never heard of that.
What band?
Decapitated. Which I have heard of.
Who is Describe it for us.
It's death metal.
What's Spheres of Madness? Is that Decapitated?
I think so.
It is death metal.
I'm picturing Cattle Decapitation just because they share a similar name. Ethan, am I far off?
Kind of.
Okay.
You'd be more accurate with Cannibal Corpse.
This is their most popular song. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but most people say Decapitated is a really good band. I have not dove into them that much.
This intro is really boring.
The fact that Disney is pushing this is incredible to me. I don't want to say insane because it's not unreasonable.
So the show is on Hulu specifically.
But still, it's backed by Disney. I'm shocked that Disney...
Well, no.
Not that it's bad, not that it shouldn't be supported. I don't mean to say that. I just don't see Disney being like, yeah, I choose you.
Disney actually hosts metal concerts in their park.
That does surprise me because Disney wow, I can't say specifically. Disney specifically kicked out Ice Nine Kills from one of their concerts. I don't know the full background. I just know Ice Nine Kills was supposed to play a show. It was on one of the Disney stages, I think. And they said, no, you're not going to play music on our stage. They booted them out. And Ice Nine Kills made it their whole thing for a long time. What'd you say?
Nothing.
No, go ahead, say it. Say it.
It's probably because Disney likes good music.
Put up them dukes, son. And Ice Nine Kills made it their whole thing for a little while, where they were like making fun of Mickey Mouse, and instead of it going after the child in the movie It was going after the Mickey Mouse character on their stage. They were pretty upset about it for a little while.
Yeah, it sounds like they're pussies.
I was about to say grow up.
So, Cannibal Corpse and Cattle Decap are actually banned from playing Disney stages.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. They do host concerts.
By the way, just for the record, I think Ice Nine played into the whole Disney thing because it sold a lot of merch for a little while.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
But still, grow up.
I like Ice Nine, though.
That's obvious.
We'll get into it.
We'll get there.
We'll get into it. And then just some really off-the-top stuff. Apparently, the Saboteur, which was a game from 2009, I think, from the studio Pandemic, which is a studio that Mitch and I really liked back in the day.
He's talking about
a lot of their
Alpha,
games went
me.
up on. I thought you liked Pandemic.
I don't.
I had to look up Pandemic.
Like the video game Pandemic?
No, the video game company.
I don't know anything they've made besides
Mercenaries, Destroy All Humans, Star Wars Battlefront. They actually have some solid games, son.
Okay, well, Battlefront I was a huge fan of.
Mercenaries 2, I really like. Destroy All Humans.
I'm talking out my butt. A bunch of their games are on Steam now. EA decided to take them off of Origin and let them be on Steam. And then PC Gamer wrote an article saying, hey, we should get a new Mercenaries game. And I agree, we should get a new Mercenaries game.
Seconded for sure. I never actually bought the game, but I rented it and I really liked it.
Yeah. Chasing the Unseen is a delightfully strange and meditative take on Shadow of Colossus, where the giant beasties can't hurt you and your mission is to climb. I just thought it was kind of interesting looking. And then poker roguelite sensation Balatro sells more than 500,000 copies in just 10 days. Balatro is a really fun game, and I highly recommend it.
I actually haven't heard of that game.
It is a poker roguelite. It's very fun.
Poker? Oh, I have heard of this game, but I haven't seen any gameplay of it. I've just heard of it.
I've streamed it a few times.
You don't use real money, do you?
No.
Okay.
No.
With all
After
the
2 weeks, Balatro has been played for a collective 1,114 years.
Wow. I don't know how that compares to other games.
Me neither. It's just a picture they have it's just something they have in the article. And then there's an article talking about how sick the Outlast Trials is, and I think that Alpha and I should play it on stream at some point or record it. But
I am down next month when I get a paycheck that maybe won't go directly towards my RX-8.
Fair enough. And I think that's it on news. I don't even think the other guys looked at any news other than Mitch, because he knows the drill. But
I Googled some news but did not find anything that I could comment on.
And I found nothing worthy of.
All right, so how do we want to do this? Do we want to have Mitch cover both albums? The way I had it in my head is like one of us would start, whether it be me or Mitch, and it would go one of us, you cover the person's album that started, and then goes to the next person, and then you finish off.
That's what I was thinking.
I didn't comprehend. My brain shut off for 2 seconds while I pulled up notes.
Basically this. Let's say I go first, then you'll talk about the Gojira record, then Ethan will go, and then you'll talk about the Black Dahlia record.
Sounds good.
Or you can start if you want, either way.
Yeah.
Bear with me on the Black Dahlia Murder record. That's all
I'm completely prepared. Mitch has hated a couple of things I've given him.
And he really...
Who gave me Black Dahlia?
Ethan did.
Okay. Ethan, you go first with your record.
Okay. So Mitch gave me a band that I have heard of before, mainly because I lived with Mitch.
Yes.
I'm talking about Alpha, of course. This band is called Famous Last Words. They are a metalcore band out of Petoskey, Michigan.
Sounds about right.
Petoskey, Michigan. They because there's no Metallum page for this, I'm going off of Wikipedia like a scrub. They're classified as a metalcore band, post-hardcore, symphonic metal, and electronic core, in parentheses, early. They've been around since 2008. He gave me their 2014 album, Council of the Dead.
Yes.
This is a concept record where it's basically about a bunch of souls going into the afterlife, and every single song is basically reliving the moment that they died or something along those lines.
Did
I get that correct? Yeah, go ahead.
There's a little bit more to it. So essentially, these are a bunch of people that have died, gone to the afterlife. And the thing is, they're essentially all sitting around each other, similar to like an AA meeting or something. What they don't know is they just know what immediately happened when they died. They don't remember the history of their life. Each person, one by one, starts telling their story in the version of a song. Each song is each person's story. And as you get further into the album, you realize the stories are intermingled. For example, there's a gentleman whose mother passed away. She actually had her own song, but she had dementia. She doesn't even remember her own son. Her son had to endure her death, and the entire time he's essentially taking care of this body that raised her. The soul is gone. She doesn't remember him. He turns to alcohol, drives, hits a family of father and son, hits a family that's a father and daughter, kills the father, turns to alcohol, and this is all in the form of music, by the way. So essentially,
yes.
As the album goes on, this story unfolds, and you start realizing everybody's stories intertwined, and at the end, there's a big reveal. Yeah. So I don't know if you realized it, but everybody's story, there's essentially two songs that would pair together. You know, there's a cause and effect or a direct correlation of one another. Okay.
That helps a lot. I did not realize that. I knew it was a concept album, and unfortunately, that's a running theme with me of not going as deep as I probably should. To be fair, I wanted to re-listen to the record today, but I fell asleep because I was super exhausted. I just didn't get a chance. So I'm going to be talking about this album in broad strokes, other than a couple of, actually just one, because I remember the song being really, really awesome, and then something happens that changed my mind.
If you don't mind, I'm going to butt in real quick.
Yeah.
I really like the idea of you guys touching on the album's broad strokes, and then I'll kind of fill in the details. And I'm going to ask you guys to do the same thing for me. I'll touch on the album in broad strokes, and then I'll have you guys fill in the details. How's that?
I mean, yeah, whenever I see the opportunity to expand on something, I'll do what I can.
Okay.
So this album is metalcore. It's a genre I have not. So it's a genre that helped me get into the heavier side of metal. Back in the day, I listened to like the Devil Wears Prada, August Burns Red. I never really got into like Asking Alexandria, but that kind of stylings. And then this one is very, very. It's hyper produced. It sounds really good. The mix, there's nothing particularly wrong with the mix. They do use a lot of symphonic elements as you go through. I will touch on one specific song because I thought the intro to the song was just a banger. One in the Chamber. I love the intro to that song. The synths that are playing over the guitar, it sounds really, really good. But then there comes in the problem I have with this record. Then the vocals come in.
Yeah.
So, and anybody that's listened to the podcast knows I'm kind of a snob when it comes to vocals. I'm a vocalist myself. Can you answer something for me?
Yes.
Is the vocalist the only vocalist? Like, does he do cleans and dirties?
Yes, that is something that I didn't know when I first found this band a long time ago. I want to say I was 20 years old or 21, and I'm 29 now. So it's been a while. They've been around back in the MySpace days. The vocalist name is JT Tolas. JT stands for something Tolas. I don't remember his first names, but he is the only vocalist. He does all the cleans, all the heavies. And yes, he was around at the forefront of the MySpace metalcore days. That's where you're getting the vocals from. And I think that's what you're struggling with a lot of the times.
Yeah. So his harsh vocals are completely fine. I don't have anything wrong with his growls or his screams. His cleans are the kind of cleans that I am just not big into. The very, very high pitched, kind of whiny vocals that do stuff like this all the time. That was hard. Sorry. Yeah, I'm tired. My voice is a little shot. I spent the night at my roommate's parents' house. We both did. No, I was the only one that spent the night at his parents' house for some reason. And no, we went to his parents' house last night, and I didn't have my CPAP. So I woke up in the middle of the night, and the back of my throat was killing me. So I'm like, man, I must have been snoring like a monster. And it's just now kind of going away. Yes, so in broad strokes, I think the record sounds really cool. The instrumentation's great. I don't mind the harsh vocals, but every time I'm getting into a part, his whiny vocals will pop back in, and I'm like, I wish I could like this more than I do.
That's fair. I think the reason this album has such a soft spot for me, I got into this band when I was kind of first getting into metalcore. And actually, I got into their Two-Face Charades album, which I really enjoyed. They actually have a short film about it. I think it's fun to watch.
Is that the one about a serial killer or something?
You're close. I think you're talking about the same thing, but not quite. It's a guy. He's got multiple personality disorder or something. He really loves this woman. This woman does not love him. She has a boyfriend, so he kills the boyfriend, and then he's like, "I did this because I love you." But the whole album revolves around that. The whole thing. Toxic. It is extremely toxic. It's extremely problematic. But I think the music was a lot of fun to listen to.
Gotcha. The record, this record starts off with like a bit more than anything, with the vocalist speaking, like explaining why all the souls are here. It's very, very cheesy.
Yes.
Yeah. It's the record wasn't really my thing. I wish I could have listened to it a little bit more. I really only spun it 2 or 3 times. And I like to try to, which I guess, Mitch, in the records that you've given me where I wasn't a huge fan, that's about what I listened to too, I think. 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, that's fair. And this is something that it's either going to scratch that itch or it doesn't. And if it doesn't scratch the itch, you don't really get into the story. This album was actually the album that was out when I found this band. If I remember correctly, I found them right as this was releasing, so I jumped over to this album pretty quickly. This album isn't my favorite, but I think the story is a lot of fun to listen to, which is really what draws me into Famous Last Words. I still really like this band, but I do 100% see the concern with the older style vocals. JT, who has been with the band from the start, I think his vocals have improved a lot. However, that is a lot of his style, that whole MySpace metalcore sounding. I think that's just naturally what his vocal cords are going to produce. You either like it or you don't.
You can't force your voice to be different.
Yeah.
And like I said, the production wise, I don't think there's anything wrong with this record. I think it sounds good. I think it's mixed really well. It's just on a personal level, I'm not big on the vocals. And if I don't like the vocals for something, it really hinders my ability to like it. I'd probably give this like a 3 out of 10, just on personal enjoyment. But on a technical aspect, like a 6 or something like that. If you like this kind of thing, if you can get past like the metalcore, high pitched, sort of whiny vocals to it, it is an interesting story. I give them props for doing a concept album. I was told that I was told recently that hey, we want you to join our band, but we're doing a concept album. Like, God dang it, I'm not good with concept albums because you got to write a story. So
I was going back through our chats and I forgot that you guys did not like concept albums, and I was kind of shocked that I had given you this band and this album.
No, hold on.
Oh,
we like concept albums.
Okay. Maybe that's why I gave you this. Maybe I misread. To be fair, I did read this as I stopped very temporarily with a truck and trailer earlier today. Maybe that's why I gave you this album, but I'm still shocked that I gave you this. For some reason, Ethan, I thought that I was going to give you Melanie Martinez, and I think I talked about doing that. But
yes, you did, or at least I think you briefly brought it up after. Yeah, because we were in a call with Jake, I think, and you were saying that I thought about giving you this instead.
Oh, I think I didn't give it to you because I hadn't listened to enough of the album myself to be like the quote unquote expert on the call.
Now, looking back. And obviously, you haven't talked about Dahlia yet. Looking back, I wondered why I didn't give you like a Devil Wears Prada or even a Knocked Loose album. I guess because I wasn't into Knocked Loose at the time. We set this up back in August, so it's taken us a long time to finally get together and do this. Long? It was either August or October, but yeah, it's been that long.
It's been a while. I do listen to quite a bit of Devil Wears Prada, actually.
Oh, you do? Nice.
Yeah.
I listened to their most recent record. It actually wasn't half bad. Color Decay or whatever it's called. Oh, gotcha. So yeah, Famous Last Words. If you're kind of into that MySpace metalcore era, maybe give it a shot. Wasn't really my thing, but I can appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah, it's very much MySpace metalcore. But yeah, it struck the itch that I needed it to itch at the time, and it really helped me kind of get into heavier music. But I don't know. For some reason, I always go back to that concept.
Alpha, what did you listen to?
Oh, man. I have all of the good music. I was given Black Dahlia Murder's Nightbringers, and I'm not even going to pretend to know the genre. So, Will, could you please give us a breakdown on what this genre is?
Yeah, so Black Dahlia Murder is one of the biggest melodic death metal bands in existence.
And it's funny you mention that because I seem to like more melodic music. I didn't see the melodic side of this, so I don't know if I don't understand what melodic is.
It's in the guitars.
It's in the guitars. That would explain a lot because I'm just going to read some of my notes real quick. More approachable, groovy, fun. Vocals are kind of dull. So much double bass, little overwhelming. I also didn't have any notes on the vocals. Has a really fun lead up. No notes on the vocals. Not a huge fan of the monotone. I'm speaking about the vocals there. I see what he's going for, though. Oh, never mind. That's Gojira. But my overall note was, I felt like every song was the same as far as vocals go. I was really looking for a little bit of fluctuation. I was looking for a little bit of contrast. And it really threw me off in that note. As far as the guitar, I did notice some of that. And as far as musically, I noticed really some of that kind of melodic nature coming out. I have a couple notes as far as the double bass goes on Jars. Just to be clear, I might have some of these.
Okay, Jars. Okay, yeah. Jars is a good one.
I was about to say I actually might have some of these musical instruments wrong because I'm not musically inclined.
You're good.
My understanding, Jars has a lot of double bass towards the middle of it, and it was just, running through, and I could not keep up. Nightbringers, I had to note that my original note was it's more approachable and it's got a fun solo. And I got to listen to it before we fired up the podcast. And I remember thinking, this is a lot more groovy than I remember. I thought Nightbringers was a lot of fun to listen to. And I think that would be my highlight on this album. But man,
it's a good song.
I really struggled with Black Dahlia Murder, and I really wanted to like them because I put a lot of weight into the story behind like the names, the story behind the albums. So I really wanted to like Black Dahlia, but I struggled with some of their stuff.
So Black Dahlia, I gave you Black Dahlia because most of the time people consider them a very good entry-level death metal band.
That's entry level?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I did not give you the record everybody freaks out about.
Okay.
Everybody freaks out about their album called Nocturnal.
It's a good record.
I've heard of that.
Very good record.
It's a great record, and it is a bit more approachable, I would think. But the thing is, everybody's listened to Nocturnal. I gave you the record that got me into Black Dahlia Murder because I wasn't super into them for a while. I thought they were okay. Of course, let me send you the biggest song. Hold on. What a horrible night to have a curse. And it's really interesting that you say that I guess I see where you're coming from when you say that Trevor is kind of one note vocally. He has two settings. He has his high and he has his low. The biggest thing when it comes to Travis is Trevor. I mix Trevor and Travis from Cattle Decap all the time, just from their names. His thing is the way that he talks and his inflections.
Okay.
So like the way that he says words is how I'm into it. So like if I gave you, that's their biggest song. People really love the groove to it. One of my favorite songs is In Hell Is Where She Waits For Me. And just the way he talks and goes through the lyrics is really, really captivating to me. I think it's very catchy. His vocal flow is what people really, really dig. And in Nocturnal, he does have a little bit more back and forth. He jumps between his lows and highs a little bit more. He kind of settles into more of a groove later into their catalog, kind of like where Nightbringers is. I think Widowmaker is one of the best intro songs ever. I think it has a really cool build-up, and it's a really exciting track for the first record of the album. Nightbringers is excellent. I'm glad you like that. Do you have any notes on what is the last song? The Lonely Deceased.
I do not have any specific notes on that. However, I could give it a quick skim through. I want to comment on your notes on what'd you call it? Not funky, not groovy.
Melodic.
Yes. I want to comment on your notes on it being melodic metal, because when I think of melodic metal, I start thinking more of intonation changes for the vocalist. But I feel like I didn't get a whole lot of changes for the vocalist. And Mitch Wade specifically mentioned the guitar changes, which I did like. I really did. I had some notes specifically on the where to go. The solo to Nightbringers specifically really caught my attention. But
yeah,
I tend to put a lot of weight on the changes and the contrast in vocals specifically. And I think that's what leads me to a lot of the bands like Brand of Sacrifice, Make Them Suffer, Chelsea Grin. Not so much Living Machines. I'm pulling up some of the music I listen to just for comparison.
Right.
But they typically do more changes to the vocals, and I think that's something that I really need for myself. Not to say that who was the lead singer of this? You said it was Trevor?
Trevor Sternad. Rest in peace.
I have heard this man's name many times. I get these.
He was a fixture in the metal community. He absolutely loved taking on new bands and like helping them out and supporting music and all things considered, Trevor was considered to be like a great human being.
I was going to say, I've definitely seen his name thrown around a lot in the metal community. And I definitely see where the respect comes from, because I definitely think he still has really good vocals. Unfortunately, this album specifically didn't quite strike that nerve that I see that I needed to strike. Although I definitely want to come back to Nightbringers, because as I was re-reviewing Nightbringers, I don't know, it was hitting. So I think this is something that I would call on my heavier playlist. This may not be heavier for you guys, but this is on the upper end for me.
I mean, Black Dahlia is still bangs. It's still a pretty, I wouldn't say they're the heaviest thing I listen to, but they can still be heavy.
Yeah, they're heavy for me as well. And just to comment, so the genre specifically is melodic death metal. And so what separates this from death metal, because all death metal is like, there is melody in it, but it's a lot less focused. And it's more about the rhythm and the chugginess and the deep gutturals and everything.
Should I pull it? Hold on, I'll get a corpse song.
Yeah, and you can pull up a corpse song.
You saying that makes a lot of sense. And I definitely see that as a number one priority in this entire album.
So with melodic death metal, what separates it from death metal is the instrumentation itself carries the melody. The vocalist is almost part of a rhythmic section, though there are melodic death metal bands that do clean vocals, like In Flames, Dark Tranquillity, Omnium Gatherum. So it's not unheard of, but the death metal part is the growling itself. So what Ethan's posting you, which is Cannibal Corpse, is pure death metal. It is the father of death metal itself. And you'll hear a huge difference from this to Black Dahlia.
So the first song I posted is of newer Cannibal Corpse. The second song I posted is back when they were more brutal death metal, where it's very, very syncopated and all the instruments are kind of together and has even less melodic information to it. And I'll give you a second to check those out just for comparison. And then let me, what would you say is a really good melodic Dahlia song?
A melodic Dahlia song? I think the one that you posted is fine.
Okay.
If I was going to do, I would give him another melodic death metal band, In Flames or something, just to show him what the genre can sound like.
I was assuming Nightbringers would specifically fit that pretty well, because that intro is
it's a good one. Let me do Only for the Weak by In Flames, and this one's a lot different because it has a lot of synths and stuff to it.
And In Flames is one of the father figures of melodic death metal, so it should give you an idea of what the genre can sound like.
Okay, it's weird.
Go ahead. I'll post one more. And if you listen to this song, this is basically where Black Dahlia got their sound. When you listen to the first riff from Blinded by Fear by At the Gates, you'll be like, oh, that's where they got a lot of their sound from.
Also, At the Gates being another father.
I almost think it would have been beneficial to have this talk before I listened to the album, because as you're mentioning what melodic death metal really means and what it's defined by, I hear that so clearly when I listen to Only for the Weak. I see exactly what you're talking about. That melodic guitar supported by the rest of the instrumentation. It's very clear what they're going for. And the album, let me back up. The vocals in this song, I think, are a little bit more approachable than Black Dahlia Murder. However, I see the correlation. I see why they're in the same genre. I need to listen to At the Gates still.
Yeah, skip ahead till the music starts because it's kind of a long intro. And did you check out Corpse as well for the contrast?
Which band?
Corpse.
Cannibal Corpse.
Cannibal Corpse. Yes, I heard a couple of those. Let me gather my thoughts on At the Gates real quick.
Yeah, take your time. And by all means, if you ever decide to keep listening or you go back to Nightbringers or whatever after this conversation, you could always message us if your opinions changed, and we can always say that on the podcast. Or we can have you back on in the future or something. You never know. I think this has been fun.
I've had a lot of fun as well, which we'll talk about here in a few minutes. I've saved Nightbringers specifically, and I've got a heavier playlist that I listen to. Like, I just got to let some steam off at work. And Nightbringers is in there, as well as one of the Gojira songs, which we'll talk about in a minute. But I see. So when you talk about melodic death metal being very melodic in the sense of the guitars and the instrumentation, In Flames, I think, is very clear on where they're trying to focus on that melodic taste. And then, you get into the mixture of the vocals and the instrumentation. And it's like, okay, when you sum everything together, it's very clearly metal. When you start talking about In Flames, Only for the Weak. Once you get to At the Gates, you start getting into that speed, and I start seeing it become less digestible. However, I see where the melodic tab,
that where the melody is.
Yeah, I see where that melodic title comes from, and I get it. But I almost feel like there's a barrier to entry that we have to work through as somebody that maybe not. I see where that barrier to entry is for somebody that may not be into this kind of music specifically, where they have to get through the speed, they have to get through the aggressiveness to try to get to what the song is really trying to be. And In Flames is a little bit easier to do that. The song by At the Gates
let me do one more In Flames song, one that's a little bit faster. Should I do Pinball Map or Take This Life?
Take This Life. If you're going to do faster, I was actually going to suggest one of their new ones.
I think going faster is going to make it more difficult. Because once you start adding speed, it just starts becoming really technical, I feel like.
So for me, when it comes to like In Flames' faster music, it really becomes like, I love the groove. So the groove of this riff is what sinks me into it. It still has melodic elements, especially once you get to the chorus. But this one is definitely more in your face. It has a little bit less synth to it, but it's one of their biggest songs too.
I'm going to list this real quick. It'll be really interesting to compare this to At the Gates once you start adding the speed.
Okay, yeah, take your time.
Okay, interesting. So the verses really kind of remind me of At the Gates, where it's just like, it's really fast and maybe not so approachable. But once you get to the chorus, it kind of cleans up, slows down, and it's like, hey, take this in for a second. And it's much more digestible. And I start seeing that melodic side come out. And this is something that I would listen to. And then all of a sudden it speeds up and it takes off. And I kind of fall out of pace with it. And I think that's something that I struggle with, specifically with the At the Gates song, Blinded by Fear. It almost seems like the speed is losing me, not so much the music. Which would make sense.
So go ahead.
I'm curious. Give him Septic Flesh.
I've given him Septic Flesh before.
Yeah, okay.
I don't remember Septic Flesh. Give it to me again.
Portrait of a Headless Man.
Portrait of a Headless Man is a good one.
That might have been on the call we had with Jake a long time ago, but I don't remember it.
And
I believe it might have been.
And don't, like, the vocals are important, but they're very one note. The whole important thing about Septic Flesh is the instrumentation.
Well, that's something I struggle with. That one note vocal is, I think, exactly what drove me away from Black Dahlia.
Yeah.
Or at least the Nightbringers album specifically. Because I really struggled with that one note. And that's something we'll talk about when we get to the Gojira album.
Yeah. So, like I said, everything's carried in the instrumentation.
Okay.
I'll post 2 more Dahlia songs. Oh, what's the song called? It's off of Nocturnal.
Yeah. I already see this being something that I struggle with. That whole one low note. It's just like, oh, here we are. Portrait of a Headless Man. This is something like I need to pop out with some like high-end vocals or to pop out with some cleans. I need a little bit of relief, which is funny. I mean, I do listen to some heavier songs, not quite Septic Flesh, Portrait of a Headless Man heavy, but I can't take it for 5 minutes. That's where I start falling apart. Is Death Mask Divine? Oh, wow, I can't speak today. Are these 2 songs really heavy?
Just 5 minutes. If that's like your barrier, that's kind of rough when it comes to like getting into like death metal.
Yeah, I figured that out with the Gojira album.
So I chose these songs for Dahlia to show more of that, not necessarily the what's it called? The diversity of Trevor's vocals, but more of his delivery. And that's where a lot of people, myself included, really like Trevor. Just the way that he enunciates and the way he says words. And for In Hell's Where She Waits for Me, you can skip to like a minute in.
Yep.
And I'll also send this because it's the In Hell is the first song in it. But the live record, if you like the live stuff, this video is absolutely insane. And I also love Trevor's face in the thumbnail.
His face in the thumbnail is quite unique.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite live videos if you ever are just bored and want to listen to it. I'm really bummed I never got a chance to listen to or to see Dahlia live before Trevor passed.
It's funny you mention this because one of my favorite live videos is Chelsea Grin on Warped Tour. That actually wasn't even supposed to be a dig.
Oh no! I wasn't trying to be snarky or anything.
I thought I heard you go.
Like no, I went. It was more of an. All right, not a.
While I'm skimming through this, specifically, they did a live version of Death Rose, I think it was, and I don't know. I always go back to that one.
Which one are you listening to now?
I'm listening to. I'm skimming through their live set on Black Dahlia Murder's U.S. Van
Specifically for his live set, skip to I want you to hear the first scream of In Hell. So let me get you a timestamp. 103.
Okay.
For me, the scream is nuts.
God dang, son.
And that just that riff, that that's where the
they're good.
It's so cool. I love that song. It's one of my favorites.
That would be so much fun out in the audience listening to that.
And, so a lot of one of the criticisms of Dahlia is that a lot of their music does sound the same. If you listen to stuff off of Nocturnal versus Everblack versus Nightbringers, it definitely sounds similar. But in my opinion, it's one of those bands where it's it's all quality.
Yeah.
If you liked pieces of Nightbringers, you could check out an Everblack or some bits of Nocturnal, or even going back to their first record, Unhallowed.
And probably find something.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those bands where I feel like you might get into them over time, especially if you like songs here and there. But what would you, given all of this, I don't know if this conversation has impacted your opinion or not, or if you need to go and listen to the record again. And if you do end up doing so and your opinion changes, feel free to let us know and we can mention it in the future or just have you on again at some point. Because now that we've talked a little bit more, I feel like there are other bands I would like to give you.
Okay.
Does this change your opinion at all? What would you rate Nightbringers out of a score of 10?
So before I rate them, I need to preface it with the fact that I have a couple of different playlists that I have for different moods. And this would definitely go into my heavier music playlist where, the boss said something that really rubbed you the wrong way. Work sucks today. I just need something to fucking
screw you, Dad.
Down. Yeah, screw you, Dad. It's not a phase. This is my life. Anyway, this would definitely go into my heavier playlist. That being said, I'm going to say a 5 out of 10 because that playlist specifically is going to be songs that I really like and that I really want. However, I think I would put this in there for the sense of this fits that really heavy tone, and I think that it works, but I need to kind of listen to this when I'm in the mood for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, I want to say that I have been on a more indie streak. I've been listening to a band called they call the Beach Bunnies. So this hasn't really fit my tone recently.
Okay.
Oh, it's called the Beaches. But yeah, it hasn't really fit my tone recently, but this needs to be listened to when I'm in that mood.
Yeah, and mood can definitely change how you perceive an album. For us, a 5 out of 10 literally means you don't really feel one way or the other about it.
I would say that's accurate, especially when I'm in the mood for that band. I'm like, I don't know if this is something that I really got on my way to click for, but if it came up when I'm in that zone, ready to listen to it, it would be playing throughout. I wouldn't skip it.
Yeah. And I think this is important for just music listeners in general. Everyone listens to music differently because for me, the music I listen to, one, is not usually a mood thing. I mean, there are certain bands where I'm like, I do have to be in the mood. Like, I'm always in the mood to listen to Bell Witch, but I have to have the time for it, and I really need to be feeling it for me to listen to Bell Witch. I love Bell Witch. I love Mirror Reaper as a song, even though it's an hour and 33 minutes long. I talk about Mirror Reaper as a musical masterpiece all the time. But for me, I listen to music more for the instrumentation and how the instrumentation's written than I do for vocals and lyrics. And so that's why the stuff I listen to tends to be more melodic death metal and symphonic death metal rather than like pure death metal or grindcore or black metal. Because I focus on those things. Do I still listen to vocals? Yeah, I like vocals, but it's not as important to me as the instrumentation. Versus Ethan, who still does listen to instrumentation, and Ethan, correct me if you're wrong, or if you're wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. But you're more focused on the vocals and how they're delivered and how it sounds.
I'd say it's an even 50-50 for me because or maybe 60-40, because if a vocalist just doesn't rub me the right way, it gets difficult to enjoy something. But I love a good instrumentation, as we've been talking about, like riffage from At the Gates or Take This Life or this, that.
See, a vocalist has to be really annoying for me to like hate the band.
The music is very much about the vibe, not so much specifically about the vocals, although I can get into vocals or the instrumentation specifically if it fits well. But that vibe is really what I'm going for. And I think that's why I jump so much back between really heavier stuff like Lorna Shore, if I'm in the mood specifically for that, to the Beaches talking about a fucking lesbian love story.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm in the mood for that girly pop. Let's jam out. And sometimes I just need the whole world's going to burn and I'm going to laugh as it does so.
And see,
there's a really good Cattle Decap song about that.
Is. See, that's what I'm saying.
Lesbian love story or the world burning?
Both.
The world burning.
Oh, good.
Both.
But that's what I mean. Like for me, I don't have to have a vibe to listen to certain bands and me to like really enjoy it. Does that mean if I'm in a bad mood that it won't affect? But it will. But it would affect me listening to like Opeth, which everyone knows is one of my favorite bands of all time. But yeah, I don't flow on the vibes of music. I love the vibes, but I don't have to be in a certain mood to listen to Funeral Doom or melodic death metal or indie rock. Like that's how I am. If I just want to listen to it, I will happily listen to City and Color as much as I would Septic Flesh. I don't have to be in the mood for one or the other.
It's very interesting you mentioned that because that's the entire opposite of me. I mean, I'm looking here at girly pop, heavy metal, like modern emo. It's all on my playlist. I've actually had a couple of rap songs as well. I didn't know that.
Nice. Have you ever listened to Aesop Rock?
Oh no, here we go Aesop. Again.
I was more specifically pointing to I Am J Kill.
Okay. I have a vibe check for you, Mitch.
Okay. Which Mitch?
Alpha. Can you tell me what vibes you get off of this song?
You know what? Before I listen to this, can I give you a guess on what I'm gonna get?
Yeah.
Primitive Man Entity. Based on the very stereotypical black metal album cover, I'm gonna say this is very black metal. Here I go.
It's not.
Oh, 2 minutes in, no change. Oh, hang on, we had a growl.
So the Primitive Man is a noise / would you say Death Doom or Funeral Doom?
Death Doom.
Wait,
Death Doom.
Not slow enough for Funeral.
Did you say noise / something else?
Yes.
Their primary genre is noise?
Yeah, noise metal.
Actually, I would say that their primary is Death Doom, but they experiment with noise as well.
Son, I'm staring at Meet Me at the Altar on my phone right now. Do you guys listen to Meet Me at the Altar?
Nope.
No.
I didn't think so. Okay.
Here's the thing. For this record that I sent you, I think the record was called oh crap, what was it? Immersion. Entity is my favorite song on Immersion.
This isn't the one that's supposed to make it feel like you have a bunch of flies burrowing into your head, is it?
It's the one that's like 2 minutes of guitar, like.
I think that is the one that's meant to have flies burrowing into your head. Yeah, because this is off of the record you gave me, right?
Yes, yes, it is. I'll give you one. I'll give you like the one more song from them, which is a little bit. It also has like noise elements, but it's a bit more straightforward. Also, the album cover makes me uncomfortable.
Yes, the album cover made me uncomfortable as well. Before you mentioned that,
Cole Chavez from the band I was in named Fleshbore calls Primitive Man the angriest band he's heard, at least for this album the second one that I sent you. It's also 11 minutes long.
Yes, this is definitely not as digestible as some of the other stuff we've talked about. I don't know what you want to about.
You want to recontextualize Black Dahlia Murder? No.
Yes.
Actually, I give them like an 8 now. I think, given what you could have given me, But yeah, so we've been going for a little while.
We still got 2 more records.
We still have 2 more records. Do you have anything? Any last words about Black Dahlia or anything we've talked about thus far?
Music
Alpha?
and genres and stuff.
Would you say, would I have any famous last words about Black Dahlia Murder?
Yes. As soon as I said it, I thought the same thing. Would you listen to their other material?
Yeah, especially some of the stuff that you sent me. I think that would fit my like heavier playlist when I'm in the mood for it specifically. I would definitely give a couple of their songs a listen. I think this is out of the reach of my typical musical listening. However, I think that I'm encroaching upon this. It's the specific monotone vocals. The vocals really do it for me, and I really have to work into Black Dahlia.
I mean, to be fair, it took me a while to get into the stuff I'm into now. I started out in core and nu metal before I got into any form of death metal.
Yeah, well, who was your favorite band in high school, Mitch?
Oh yeah, my favorite band was Disturbed.
I was about to say the same thing. My favorite is Disturbed. Well, Disturbed in Linkin Park, but then I got into dubstep.
I didn't have.
When did Rise Against get in there for you?
Oh, Rise Against as well.
Rise Against, probably around when I was 15 or 16.
Nah, dude. When I moved into college, Rise Against was everything. I knew. Listen, you probably could have asked me the last place that Tim McElrath shit, and I could have told you that and Zach Blair. I could have been like, oh yeah, dude, fucking truck stop on I-74, fucking last weekend.
Oh, you know what got me into Rise Against? Guitar Hero 3.
That's what got me into it.
Yeah. Prayer of the Refugee.
No. Yeah. Need for Speed Underground 2. Was it Need for Speed Underground 2? Prayer of the Refugee? No, that was Guitar Hero. You're right. Never mind. Ignore me. No, they had a song called Give It All.
The first time I heard them was on SmackDown vs. Raw 07, and I think the song was called Survive.
Yes, that was a very popular one. Give It All, I think, is what kind of... Did
you just like, yeah, normie pick, whatever, me?
Actually, yes. No, when I was really into the band, I did like that song, but I think that was one of their more popular ones.
Wow, way to be an elitist.
Well, listen, when you start talking about Rise Against, you gotta be careful. I am the elitist son. I'm trying to remember where Give It All was from. It was from a game that I liked, and I remember I heard it, I liked it, and I ignored it. And then I got Guitar Hero 3, and I was like, oh, this band's really good. Oh, I've heard of them before. You know what? This is my life now, actually. I am Rise Against. And that's about how I was for a long time.
Oh, I have one more thing about Dahlia before we move forward. I would say that if lyrics are your thing, Trevor is renowned to be like one of the better lyricists in metal. A lot of his stuff is like based on horror and doing like actual full-on stories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
that was one of the things that I was wanting to get into before we headed the podcast. If we were going to delay it, that was going to be the next thing that I focused on.
Gotcha.
But I really didn't get to dive into that much.
No, that's okay. It's just something to keep in mind. if you ever start going back into it again or anything like that.
So, other Mitchell, what have you been listening to?
I have been listening to Aesop. No,
Well, he has, but
so Mitch, also known as Alpha, gave me a metalcore band called Ice Nine Kills. Specifically, he gave me the record The Silver Scream, which came out in 2018.
said the Silver Scream.
Yes, Silver Scream.
I just want to pull it up so I have a reference.
A concept album.
Yes.
Give you that. And the concept, I don't know if there's like a full story behind it, but each song is about a different horror movie. So, for instance, I'm going to name off a few couple. You got the American Nightmare, which is Nightmare on Elm Street. Thank God It's Friday, Friday the 13th. You got The Jig Is Up, which is Saw. You got Rocking the Boat, which is Jaws. The one that threw me off, because I never considered this movie a horror movie, was The World in My Hands, which is Edward Scissorhands. Ethan,
Is that a horror movie? Hold on, let me look it up. It is labeled as There Are No Genres. There are no genres. I'm panicking. Help. Help. Gothic romantic fantasy.
Yeah, that was the only one that I would say isn't horror, but everything else on there was a horror movie.
I think I can explain this a little bit. They seem to do a handful of radio-friendly songs or octane-specific friendly songs just to kind of help push the album. And it's much more apparent when you get to their follow-up album, which is Welcome to
Silver
Horrorwood.
Scream 2.
Well, yeah. Silver Scream 2, Welcome to Horrorwood. They definitely have a handful of select songs that are octane-specific or radio-specific. And it's very clear what those are. And then you have their more fan-centric songs like It Is the End, Stabbing in the Dark, Thank God It's Friday, American Nightmare, that kind of stuff.
How did I feel about this album? Well, it's metalcore.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of metalcore, but that being said, metalcore is what got me into what I listen to now. I was talking to you because you were kind of worried about the record at the time, if I was going to be cool with listening to metalcore, and I told you I was open to whatever. I grew up on Trivium and Killswitch Engage, Eyes Set to Kill. Oh, God, what's that one band that I really hate now?
You can do it.
Think. No pressure.
It's like Lead Sails and Paper Weights or something like that.
Atreyu.
Atreyu.
Oh, fuck. I love Atreyu.
See, and I hate Atreyu now. But I used to love Atreyu, especially that album. And so I got a little bit nostalgic listening to this because it reminded me a lot of the stuff that I used to listen to. And it's not like, oh, I grew out of it and everything. My taste just changed over time, and I got a craving for something else. That being said, I still go back to Trivium and Killswitch Engage. Plus, modern Trivium is good. And old Trivium is good.
Yeah, Alpha and I got into an argument about Trivium on Facebook once.
Oh. Well.
Me?
Yeah, you got really snippy, or maybe I just got snippy with you. I can't remember. I think I said, yeah, I still really like Trivium and Killswitch, and you were like, isn't that old or something? Like you were insinuating that 06 was too old to be good metalcore.
This sounds familiar, but I also don't remember it at the same time. But this totally sounds like an argument I would make just for the giggles for it.
I think I got legitimately angry.
I think Ethan told me about this too, in which I was like, how dare he? The 06 metalcore is like the best. Anyways,
no.
I actually enjoyed this album to an extent.
Okay.
Shocking. IMO.
It's my biggest complaint is that everything started sounding the same. And by that, I don't mean like, oh, hey, this is the exact same key and everything. But they very famously do AB, CB style writing, which is, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. after like the third or fourth song, I was like, okay, are they going to change it up at all? And they don't. I also didn't like his clean vocals. They're not bad. They're not bad vocals at all. They're not whiny like Ethan apparently experienced.
Both of those are accurate statements, by the way.
Which one?
The whiny vocals from Famous Last Words, as much as I like JT and Famous Last Words, they are very whiny. But I do see his complaint about the Silver Scream and Ice Nine being very ABABCB ending. That is very accurate.
So, like, mechanically, it was kind of boring to me. And listening to, like, one song or two songs, not bad. Listening to a full album, it just got old, and I was like, is this going to be over soon? Even though it's only a 49-minute record. I think it's 49 minutes.
So the pacing was a little
just boring to me. I thought the instrumentation was fine. I didn't hate it at all. I was very happy that there wasn't like tons and tons of breakdowns, because one of my biggest problems with the core genre is breakdowns. I do not like breakdowns. I find them very cheap and very boring, and most people don't do them well.
I'm going to interrupt you there, because that's interesting you mentioned that, because one of my favorite parts of Ice Nine is their breakdowns.
I just didn't feel like they had a lot of breakdowns in this record. That being said, they did have a breakdown in Rock the Boat.
Yes.
And I'm really glad that it was the Jaws theme for that. Because I was like, if they don't incorporate the Jaws theme, especially in a breakdown, they're doing this all wrong. And I would have immediately docked points on the record.
Wow.
I wanted to get around to listening to this record too, just so I would have a point of comparison for what Mitch was talking about. But to hear that they did a Jaws theme breakdown in the Jaws song makes me want to check that out.
I can give you another really good recommendation in a second, but I want to comment on the breakdown still, because it's so funny you mention that, as somebody who listens to maybe a little bit more heavier style. There's no maybe about it. You do listen to heavier music than I listen to. For me, it's like, oh my gosh, these breakdowns really hit. The American Nightmare, I love the breakdown in that. Thank God It's Friday, Stabbing in the Dark, The Jig Is Up, Enjoy Your Sleigh, Merry Xmas. It Is the End. These are all songs that I listen to specifically because they set up a breakdown. Now, there's only one breakdown, and it's not overly done. It's just, okay, here it comes. Here it is. We're moving on.
Yeah.
They don't dwell on it. It's very much just like I don't know what a typical count is. Here's like an 8 or a 16 count. Here it is. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's get back to the song. But they set it up, and there's a bunch of contrast, which is what I really like. It Is the End is probably one of my favorite songs of all time. That being said, I kind of have been skipping the song recently, but what I really love is their dedication to the movie, their dedication to the inspiration. And I think that's really obvious in It Is the End, Rocking the Boat specifically, The American Nightmare. These are all things that I really enjoy. The Silver Scream is probably my introduction to moving to a slightly more heavy style of metal than the MySpace metalcore. Now, you guys are probably giggling, thinking, heavy? Really? Now, you got to remember, this is my transition to start getting into stuff like Chelsea Grin, which is then starting to develop into Lorna Shore for me. You know,
it's really weird that you like Lorna Shore and you don't like, because I remember we discussed Lorna Shore in that call we had with Jake.
Yep. And
I showed you things like, I think I sent you a Cattle song, and I think I sent you an Infinite Annihilator song.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna be blunt. I'm a fake fan, Ethan. Listen, I really like the breakdown and
God, if you say To the Hellfire, God.
No, I wasn't gonna say To the Hellfire. Absolutely not. Let me look up the one other song. You know, you very much have the same.
I'm just sick of that song.
Taste.
I'm just sick of that
you have
song.
The same notes that I used to have about EDM and Skrillex. I used to be like, oh, there's so many more fucking underground bands than Skrillex that you should listen to. And then as I got older, I was like, you know what? If this is what they need to kind of get into the underground scene, they need Skrillex.
Well, it's not even that, because I listened to that EP that To the Hellfire's on, and I just thought the other songs on it were better.
Of the best.
And people people literally gravitated to the Hellfire because of the breakdown.
Oh no, 100%.
And it just got old after a while. They're like, Will Ramos is the best vocalist of all time. Like, he literally is just doing what Dickie Allen's doing, except in a more popular setting.
Also, that example of a breakdown is the type of breakdown that I really hate, where it's a lot of empty space.
Yeah.
Aside from the vocals, I hate that style of breakdown the most.
I think there's a quote unquote heavy style for people like me who are more getting into it, where the contrast is heavy. I don't necessarily want super low chug, boom, boom, boom. I want, take me from something melodic to, here's a really chuggy breakdown for 30 seconds. All right, now let's bring it back up to something you can digest. And that's a way of us dipping our toes into the water to be like, oh, maybe I do like this.
You know who since he loves contrast so much, you know who you should listen to? Opeth.
He wouldn't. I don't know if he could handle Opeth just with the song lengths.
I don't know if he could handle it. Oh, well, the song length would be accurate.
Well, because one of the best songs ever is Blackwater Park. It's a fantastic song.
Which has no clean vocals. I was more going towards ones with clean vocals.
Well, Blackwater Park is a fantastic song, but it's 12 minutes long. So the thing is, it's ever changing. So it's not like you're listening to A, B, C, B,
for 12 minutes.
It's ever changing.
See, I still rely on that a lot. And I think that's why I like a lot of Chelsea Grin still, because it will start heavier and then get heavier in the, A, B, C breakdown part, and then come back up to a slightly more digestible, but yet still heavy vocals.
I got you.
And I think that's why, I'm still dipping my toes in the water for something like Opeth. I don't know this specifically, but I might have to give this a listen.
Hold on.
The Blackwater Park.
I mean, that whole record is fantastic, but let me send you a couple songs.
No, hold on. If the Opeth person's going to do it, it's going to be me.
I was going to send him Blackwater and Harvest.
I was going to send him Ghost of Perdition and some off of Still Life.
But
not even a song off of Blackwater Park.
Nah, I thought about it. I might send him Drapery Falls.
Anyway, go ahead, Alpha.
I was going to say on the whole Ice Nine Kills. Ice Nine Kills has definitely become one of my favorite albums. Or let me back that up. Ice Nine Kills has become one of my favorite artists of all times, for sure. I have been listening to them for a while. I didn't get in on the early boat like some of their original audience had. I got into them when Every Trick in the Book was out, and then I got into them more when Silver Scream was released, which I think is when they really started to get popular.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I like their horror theme. I like even their older style before the horror theme. Not so much the what's the really jazzy punk shit? Big Fish.
I don't know.
Never mind. It's very popular amongst the community that likes it. Never mind, ignore that. But yeah, their recent stuff has really made me a fan, and it's kind of made me want slightly heavier music, which I think, like I said, led me to Chelsea Grin and maybe start dipping my toes in the water of Lorna.
Gotcha. So, I mean, the fact that Mitch didn't hate this record has me interested in listening to it still. And if I ever do get around to listening to it, I'll for sure let you know what I think.
I'm afraid you're going to struggle with this similar idea of some of Spencer's vocals can be still somewhat whiny in the sense that he's going for that sound in some songs.
Right.
Specifically on It Is the End. When you listen to It Is the End, you have to remember you're listening to a song about a clown. He's doing clown vocals.
I don't like that at all.
Well, it is very gimmicky. And I know specifically you don't like that take on the horror scene. However, you got to remember, people like me, listen, growing up, I hated and I was scared of horror movies. And then all of a sudden I started listening to this music and I was like, maybe I should watch these movies. And now I occasionally will pull up these old movies that I never watched when I was a kid because Ice Knight covered them. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should go watch this new horror movie. It really has made me into a somewhat horror fan.
Yeah.
I just still don't watch a whole lot of movies, but still.
for Mitchell, Stabbing in the Dark has an acoustic version with Matt Heafy on it.
Yes, they've done very good with their acoustic versions.
Matt Heafy is the guy from Trivium, by the way.
Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of another song. Their acoustic cover of Thank God It's Friday, they actually use the original actor for Jason, by the way. The original actor is doing vocals in that song.
Interesting.
Yes. They've also recorded on site from some of the movies. So they've went to the recording location. Spencer Charnos is really into the horror genre of movies specifically. I think you would like it once you got into like the background, just for the history.
Yeah. They also have a cover of Thriller, which I'm kind of interested in checking out.
It is very fun.
So my thing with Ice Nine Kills was I just thought that the gimmick was too silly, just from what I always saw. And you know, I can kind of handle it nowadays. I might check out the Silver Scream, and I'll definitely let you guys know what I think of it. I'm looking at the Silver Scream 2 right now just to see what songs they have based on movies.
So, anyways,
what would you rate it?
Definitely not my thing, but it wasn't like I was like gritting my teeth, dragging my hands through the mud kind of listen that Ethan is giving me.
You were doing that beforehand, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I was dreading listening to this, I will admit. Just because I had an idea what the sound was, and it wasn't what I thought it was. I was thinking this was more deathcore than it was metalcore.
I think that thing you sent in the group chat is not shared publicly.
It should be. If not,
it's asking me to sign in. Let me try to sign in just to see.
If
Ethan,
if it's not, he can just always ask me for permission, and I'll give him permission.
Daddy.
Ethan, I sent in a song from their second version of Silver Scream, which is Welcome to Warwood. They actually did a song specifically with Corpse Grinder, and I think you would enjoy it.
I do like Corpse Grinder.
Does like Corpse Grinder.
Yeah, it says you need access.
Okay. Damn. Let me work on that.
By the way, I think my favorite, by the way, actually comes from their second album, Funeral Arrangements. Solid song. It's a lot of fun.
Okay. Sweet. Did you rate it, Mitch?
I'd give it a 5 out of 10.
Okay. Fair enough. 2 5s and a 3.
All things considered, I think we've all done pretty well so far trying to meet each other's taste while keeping it kind of, true to ourselves.
That's fair. Mitch, your music sucks. I meant that to Mitchell, not Alpha. I'm kidding. Alpha!
So I get to talk about Gojira now.
Yes.
So I'll be honest. I have a playlist saved where I have all the Black Dahlia songs, and then after that is Gojira. And when I was going through the Black Dahlia, I think I've already said this, but I really struggled where I was really wanting more vocal change. And then when I got to Gojira, it started out and I was like, damn, I'm still not getting the vocal change. And then one song sunk me in, and then I started really taking more notes on the rest. So I started running through Robust, Toxic Garbage Island. There's a couple others that I don't have notes on. Or Oribus is, I think, is the other one. And then I got to A Sight to Behold.
Yes!
I figured that was the one.
Yes!
Really?
I love that song. That's the one that got me into this record.
I dig this song. I thoroughly just enjoy this song. It's still,
when you were talking about vocal changes, that's what I was like, oh, I know exactly which one it is.
Yeah, and the guitar kind of fit the vocals. Like, I wish it would have started with this because I think it would have set a better tone. Because I still don't think the vocals really change a whole lot going through the rest of it. I think, who's the lead singer for this band?
Joe Duplantier.
I'm not going to be able to pronounce that. But I think he still has a style that he prefers. But I think the whole band really came together to kind of put everything together in A Sight to Behold. I really like that song. And I like Gojira more than the Black Dahlia band, specifically on this album. Toxic Garbage Island had a really long but still fun intro, and that was really the notes that I got on 90% of these songs. It's got a decent little intro to it. It's groovy, it's fun, and it kind of helps welcome me into the song. And then 90% of the time when you get to the vocals, I kind of fall out of it. I still don't exactly know what it was on A Sight to Behold, but that one just
Well,
kept
it's
me
the
in.
vocoder.
Yeah, it's the vocoder vocals.
What are vocoder vocals?
It's that sound that
It's the robot sounding thing.
It worked really well. The only one that I didn't like, I guess, was the silver chord. And I don't remember it off the top of my head. My one note is sound forgettable. LOL.
I mean, to be fair, I always think their instrumentals are kind of boring anyways. I don't typically like their instrumental tracks.
Interesting, because that would meet with All the Tears. My note is, this is divorced. Dad rock goes metal.
Wow. I love that song.
I don't remember that song. Yeah.
What did you think of The Art of Dying?
Art of Dying. Intro is long, but cool. I thought it was going to have a different sound, but no, it went to the same old and continued introing. I don't remember that one. Hang on. Let me listen to this one. Just get through.
Because I have a cool video about The Art of Dying.
Oh, hang on.
I don't know how much you know musically, but that intro is in 45/4.
I don't like my note for Art of Dying anymore. I wish I would have listened to this in a different space. What is this?
That is a video that goes over the intro specifically and how to count it. I think it's a fun video. So
yes, this song is very aggressive and very interesting on the intro. I remember hearing this. How do you call that?
What do you mean?
Is it percussion? That like
yeah, the interesting percussion in it.
Yeah. This one was a very interesting song, but I don't know. I guess I was expecting a slowing or a breakdown of some sort, and I don't remember getting it. It's not in my notes. Oh, I do have one note. Why the fuck is The Way of the Flash 17 minutes long? And why what?
It's because there's a long empty space and then a bonus track at the end.
Did I miss the bonus track?
Probably because it's really far out and it's like weird. It's not important. Once the song ends and you get that empty space, you're good to just call it.
You mean there's about 15 seconds of bonus track?
Yeah, it's like maybe a minute or two.
I think it just dialed in at 15:43.
So apparently
okay.
the second song starts at 12:33.
Oh, never mind. I'm a fucking dingus. Spotify takes a second to load. So I guess when I got to the silence, I started skipping forward and I was like, where the fuck does it dial back in at? And then I didn't hear anything because I would skip and it would load and then I'd skip and it would load and then I'd skip and it would load.
Oh, I gotcha. But
yeah, Gojira, I think, is a lot more approachable for somebody at their stage in their metal life like I am. Now that A Sight to Behold kind of hit the way it did, I really want to go back and listen to some of the other songs. Toxic Garbage Island. This name specifically stuck out to me. The note that I had was it had a really long intro, and I noted that it had a handful of tempo changes, and the breakdown had some intonation changes. I might have some of these nouns wrong, by the way, as far as intonation and tempo.
Good.
But Toxic Garbage Island was also something that really caught my attention. But yeah, A Sight to Behold really hit.
The next time you listen to Toxic Garbage Island, remember the last line or the last lyric that he repeats is "plastic bag in the sea."
Right. I remember.
I find that line to be hilarious, but also kind of fun.
Well, I think this was a whole a song about our pollution of the earth and shit, wasn't it?
That's common. Yes.
Yeah, they're very environmental focused.
Oh, interesting. Well, they wouldn't like me, unfortunately, because
Joe has you on a list.
Probably the lead singer.
I thought you were talking about Joe Biden. I was like, I don't think Joe Biden.
Yes, him too. He also has you on a list.
Allegedly, a lot of my cars consume a lot of fuel and pollute a lot, but I can neither confirm nor deny those allegations. Not on purpose, just to be clear. But yeah, I definitely want to go back through more Gojira. I think next time I kind of open up this heavier playlist, I want to listen to this song specifically, and then I think I want to run through some of their more popular songs. And this is actually something that I do a lot with bands that I'm new to. So anytime, Spotify gives me a new band and I like one of their songs, I save it. And then next time I come across them and I don't recognize it, I specifically go and start listening to their other stuff. And that's how I've gotten into some of my favorite bands. Like In Her Own Words, you guys aren't going to recognize them. It's more of like an emo band, I guess, like a modern emo. I didn't know they classified it as that, but Spotify does. But that band has actually been on my playlist for a long time. And then one day, I was listening to them, started diving into all their stuff. Now they're my favorite band. So I really want to go through and listen to more Gojira once I'm in the mood for it. But yeah, Sight to Behold, Toxic Garbage Island really kind of hit that spot.
You might really like their last 2 albums. They're a little bit softer.
I was about to say, if you start looking at their popular music, you're going to get a lot of Magma and you're going to get a lot of Fortitude.
When did Fortitude come out?
A couple years ago.
Maybe 2022.
2021.
I might focus on those 2 albums then when I go back to listen to this band. Because I think this album specifically, The Way of the Flesh, I think this one is just a little bit out of my reach where I'm currently at right now. But I could see myself growing into.
Okay.
So a lot of people consider their middle 3 albums to be the best, but also correct.
Their heaviest.
So From Mars to Sirius, in my opinion, is their heaviest record. It's also my favorite. Then you had The Way of All Flesh, and then there's L'Enfant Sauvage, which is very French, and it's also really, really good. So if you listen to their new music and you kind of like get deeper into Gojira, you will probably start appreciating their earlier work as well. I do recommend checking out From Mars to Sirius and L'Enfant Sauvage if you ever feel up to it.
Okay.
Stylistically, they're a little different than The Way of All Flesh. The Way of All Flesh is, I think each record has its own sound. Yeah, none of their records really, really sound like their previous one, which is something that I like about Gojira. So you're not getting like a Black Dahlia situation where all of their music kind of sounds the same.
Yeah, skimming through Stranded and L'Enfant Sauvage, I definitely think this is something that I would like a little bit more than the album that I listened to, which is very promising. I definitely think I want to go back more. I definitely think I want to go back through this album a little bit more.
Okay. What would you rate The Way of All Flesh?
Tell me, what would be a 6 and a 7 out of 10? Because I think that's the area that I'm looking. I just don't know which one.
It would be you liked it, but it didn't like blow you away.
Yeah, so it's a pretty literal scale. 5 is down the middle. Anything above 5 is positive. Anything below 5 is negative. Not necessarily meaning you can't like certain things about the record if you have a negative review. Like I liked a couple of things about Famous Last Words, but overall I was just kind of about it.
Okay. Then you know what? I'm going to put this at a 6 because I think this was just enough closer to the 10 that it needed to be for me to go and look up more of their music, but not so much that I'm going to like go out of my way on Monday when I go into work. Then I'm like, perfect time for Gojira. No. Monday I'm firing up the soft stuff, waking up for the day. I think this is like a solid Wednesday after the team meeting. I just got to knock out some work. I'm like, all right, I need something fast paced, heavy hitting. I'm ready for it. Give me some Gojira.
Sweet. Well, this was a mostly positive episode.
Way to bring it down, Ethan.
That's what I do, baby. Anyway, yeah. Mitch, thank you for coming on. Had a lot of fun. Shut up. Alpha, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for coming on. We'll see you next time we invite you on, buddy.
Mitch 2. I called him Mitch 2 when we were together the other day, and he got very mad.
Wait, who did you know first?
I knew you first.
Okay.
But yeah, so hopefully if you go back through or you check out more of what we gave you, including some of these bands that we sent in the chat, by all means, let me know what you think. Or if you want to just keep talking in the group chat that we have, by all means, that'd be cool with me. It was a solid episode. I don't really have anything else to talk about, and it's starting to get pretty late. So
yeah, same.
Just kind of feel like we're gonna wrap up.
Sounds good.
Hey, quick interjection. Do you guys need me anymore?
Not necessarily. I can just do the outro and we can
I
skedaddle.
just need to use the bathroom really bad.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, now that Mitch 2 is gone, thank you guys for tuning into the Mitch and Will podcast.
Yeah, man. If you ever want to come back on, by all means, I'm completely open to it. I had a lot of fun. Even hopefully, like, I'm glad that Mitch liked his record. I feel like it was going to be like a little bit too negative if we both didn't like the album you gave.
That was my fear as well, to be honest. I would be interested in coming back on. I think we need to. I wouldn't put this in the video, but I think we need to kind of dial it more towards the middle. I need to go slightly heavier, and you guys need to go slightly softer. So I'm trying to think of what my heavier would be, because most of my heavier stuff you guys don't like. But I think it'd be interesting. So, but yeah, I'd be down to hang out again.
Yeah, it'd be cool. How have you been, man?
Pretty good. And also, it's funny you mention that, because I mentioned at the beginning of the video. By the way, I don't know if you want me to stop my recording or I can keep it going.
No, keep it going until we do the outro.
Okay. I did a Let's Play for the first time in a long time. There was a game that came out. I gotta remember what it was called now. There was a video game that came out. It was a car racing game, and it's a direct inspiration from Need for Speed Underground 2, which is a game that a lot of car enthusiasts would say gonna cut them into cars, which I would definitely say is the case for me. There is a video game that came out called Nightrunners, and there was a release called Nightrunners Prologue. It's only got one car.
I've heard that.
Yeah, it's very popular for like the car scene specifically, and I had to pick it up. I had to do a gameplay through specifically because it was free, and I've been waiting on this for a long time. Wow, I am fucking rusty though, dude. I was editing and I was like, God, I sound like a fucking amateur. I was like, I guess we'll go get this car.
Yeah,
I don't know what to say.
I've been streaming a lot more, but these past few weeks I've been so tired. I just haven't been keeping to my schedule.
Dude, the schedule's hard. I'm breaking the schedule tomorrow for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been posting every week, and last week I updated my schedule from Tuesdays to Saturdays. As far as long form content, I post irregular, sort of regular short form. But I've been posting one long form every fucking week, and I don't have something for tomorrow. Unless I get up tomorrow morning and film a video. I know what I want to film. I just don't want to rush the filming.
You should film yourself jerking off. And
that's a different website, actually.
You don't have an OnlyFans? Mitch and I have an OnlyFans.
Yep.
I literally do have an OnlyFans.
I also have a foot website as well.
I made a joke OnlyFans, but I made it a real OnlyFans.
Oh.
Like,
I wanted to make one where it was I post the same picture of Spider-Man every day or something like that, but I feel like I'd get sued.
Maybe. I don't. Oh, fuck, I left the other group. There was a group that I was in. It was called Mitchell Can't Afford Expensive Coilovers, which you guys aren't going to know what those are, but it's a suspension component. And it was a joke. So then I went and I made it a real page. And yeah.
My roommate just bought a motorcycle.
What kind of motorcycle?
That's a great question. I'd have to ask him. I know it's a Japanese bike.
Is it a crotch rocket or is it a touring bike?
It's a crotch rocket.
Japanese, yep. Probably one of the big four Japanese sports bikes.
Kawasaki?
Is it a Ninja 400, Ninja 636, Ninja 600?
A Ninja sounds right, but I'm not sure exactly. Well, Alpha, thank you for joining us. I had a lot of fun. You're welcome to come back on at any time. Just try to give us better music. And
I won't.
I won't do that.
You know what? Just for that, actually, next time you guys have me on, I'm specifically going to give you guys heavier music that I like, but you guys specifically don't like. I'm talking Attila.
Attila's not heavy.
Also, if you gave me Attila, I would refuse to talk to you forever.
How is burning down churches not heavy?
I don't know. Ask second wave black metal.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
I'm gonna give you like a Polish black metal band.
Just that you're getting Belmont.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know who Belmont is? All right, never mind. Move on.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to the Distorted Entertainment Podcast. We had Mitchell. I was about to say Mitchell Wade. We had Mitchell Wade on today.
Always good to be here.
We had Mitchell Alpha Step Meyer on. Mitch, tell people where they can find you. Anything you want to pimp out, anything like that.
Oh, if you're into cars, you can look up Racing with Mitchell. If you're not into cars, well, then you can just make fun of my music taste, and that's fine too.
You should go to his page and make fun of his music taste.
That's also fine. 90% of my viewership has come from people making fun of me for being an engineer. So if you think I'm afraid of you making fun of my music taste and pushing me in the algorithm, I'm all for it.
We got our first hate comment about the podcast.
Oh, son. Let me help you guys. Listen, I've gotten millions of views from getting hate comments. I'm the king of this shit.
Well, I finally posted the podcast on YouTube. So, and it did it automatically, which was pretty fun. But we got a comment on our Steven Wilson Shadow of Intent episode. This guy's like, who the fuck is this for? I'm like, not you, apparently, but that's fine. But yeah, go check out Mitchell. Go support him. He's awesome. If you like racing stuff, he makes good videos. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Distorted Entertainment Podcast. You can find us anywhere at Distent Pod. That's DISTENTPOD on Facebook or X or Twitter or whatever it's called. All of Mitchell Wade and I's socials will be in the description below. If you are in a band and you want us to feature some of your music at the end of an episode, feel free to message us on any of those social media websites or our email. That'll be in the description as well. My name is Ethan Carpenter. I am joined by Mitchell Wade and Mitchell Meyer.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
Thank you guys for watching the Mitchell Podcast. We'll see you guys next episode. Thanks.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.